Good evening, Camillus, and whoever else might end up watching this video. About an hour ago, I received a phone call from an older friend of mine who lives with her sister. I'm friends with both ladies. The one sister, about an hour previous to that, had answered a spam call from someone saying they were from Apple and that they were going to prevent someone else, a real scammer, from scamming her on a $9,600. They give you just enough information to get you to go on to the next step. So they sent her to Target, and she lives further away from Target than I do, and I got down there in 2 seconds and ended up meeting her in the parking lot. When I knocked on her window, she opened her door and shushed me because she thought this was serious and she thought she was at risk of losing $10,000. I had a few impolite words for the scammer before using her steering wheel button to hang up the phone. My friend wasn't happy. I had already called her daughter, and her daughter-in-law and son arrived on the scene shortly after I did, and we explained to her that it was just a scam. But I want to show people that they must be targeting our area hot and heavy today. As you can see, all these 408 area code numbers are all from the iPhone scam. And I've got one voicemail that you can listen to. I'm making this video so you can send it to your elderly relatives so they can hear the same voicemail spiel and know that it's a scam if they hear it ahead of time.
Has been breached. Before using any Apple device, please contact the Apple Support Advisor. Press 1 to connect with Apple Support Advisor. Press 2 to listen to this message again. Or if you wish to contact us later, please call us on our toll-free number, 315-232-8257. Thank you.
So when you do call that number or you press 1, you're connected to somebody outside of the country, and it's someone with a foreign accent. So it's not real. They're just trying to take your money. So here's how it works in case you've never experienced something as up close and personal as I have. They feed the victim just enough information to get them to go to the next step. If they laid everything out on the table, no one would fall for it, including all of our elderly relatives. So when I got on the scene and my friend opened her door and shushed me, the scammer was telling her to walk into Target, turn left, and that he would guide her to the Apple security card. Well, I'm very sure that once she got over there and questioned why she was in front of the gift cards, he'd then say something like, well, Apple gift cards can be used as a security card, and he'd get her through that next step to purchase it. And then when she's up at the register and a cashier or a front-end manager might be trying to talk her out of it, he'd have all the right things to say to her to try to stop that effort. He wasn't too happy when I started giving him crap on the phone before I hung up on him, because he had invested over an hour of his time and he thought he had a mark. Anyway, long story short, it's like throwing a frog in a pot of cool water. The frog does not know death is coming until the heat's turned up slowly. The frog doesn't know what's going on until it's too late. Same with your elderly friends. They're not stupid. They're not unable to process. It's all psychological. They don't call at 9 in the morning when anybody's fresh. They wait until it's later in the day when we all get tired. They create a false sense of urgency. They use psychological tricks, and they lead people on one step at a time. It's like a game. If you can get them to step A, plateau A, you can then work on getting them to plateau 2, and so on, until finally cognitive dissonance takes over. It's a natural thing for us to think that if we've gone so far, we know what we're doing, this has got to be real, so then we're all the more willing to take the last step. It has nothing to do about processing skills. It's just hitting a vulnerable person at a vulnerable time and using psychological tricks to get them over each hump. So younger people fall for these scams too. It has nothing to do with age or intelligence, but it's a good thing to let people know how the scam works. And I'm just trying to do my part to help others, seeing that they seem to be hot and heavy in our area. Anyway, feel free to share this video. It will be unlisted on my YouTube page, but that doesn't mean you can't copy and paste it and send it to anybody you want. Hopefully no one else actually fell for the scam tonight, and if you do, I'm sorry. Have a good night.